It is simple enough as you explain it, says Watson, smiling. Like all other arts, the science of deduction and analysis is one which can only be acquired by long and patient study, nor is life long enough to allow any mortal to attain the highest possible perfection in it. Let the inquirer begin by mastering more elementary problems. I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. The theories which I have expressed there, and which appear to you to be so chimerical, are really extremely practical, so practical that I depend upon them for my bread and cheese. But do you mean to say, I said, that without leaving your room you can unravel some knot which other men can make nothing of, although they have seen every detail for themselves? It was easier to know it than to explain why I knew it. If you were asked to prove that 2 and 2 made 4, you might find some difficulty, and yet you are quite sure of the fact. There is no mystery about it at all. I am simply applying to ordinary life a few of those precepts of observation and deduction which I advocated in that article. H.M., the above exchange between Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson in A Study in Scarlet is probably one of the reasons why Sherlock Holmes became such a phenomenon. No one had ever previously expressed the method of solving a mystery in such a manner, even though solving mysteries was nothing new. It was just a different way of looking at achieving the goal, in this case, getting the solution to a mystery. I'd be really stretching the point if I suggest that investing in stocks is the same as solving a mystery, but we might see a comparison. Almost everyone believes that investing in stocks is all about growing the value of your investments. Unfortunately, almost everyone fails at achieving the goal, especially in the short term. The difficulty has been to find a method of besting the market, because markets and stock prices fluctuate for reasons which are unpredictable, including such factors as political decisions, changes in the economy, and of course, the sentiments of institutional investors, which can turn the market immediately. There is also decision to buy, what to buy, when, and what and when to sell, can play a major role in one's success or failure. There is, however, one common thread that most investors accept: that since the inception of the stock market, it has generally always gone up in value over the long term, and is likely to continue to do so. The trouble is that most investors, even the professionals, have never been able to solve the problem of beating the market consistently. Oh, there have been some, but they are the exception, and there have been very few individual investors who have managed to do so. The common solution to deal with the investment puzzle is to suggest diversification, asset allocation, and rebalancing, which is summed up by the modern portfolio theory. Cover all the bases, settle for average returns, stay invested, and over the long term you'll do well, provided the market does well. To help one achieve success, many use technical analysis, trend forecasting, a study of company financial statements, and methods of evaluating both the company and its management. The problem is that most of these tools are used to help one forecast future earnings and prices. A fool's exercise, in my opinion. But, can we apply some of the precepts of observation and deduction that Sherlock Holmes uses to help in solving the problem of being unsuccessful with stock investing? I think we can, if we change the way we look at investing and the results we seek. Looking at things differently can be difficult, especially when everyone else is so adamant that capital growth is the path to financial success. For me, looking at things differently means making income the focus of achieving financial success, not capital appreciation. Most associate investing in fixed assets as the safest and best method of earning income. They see it as a guaranteed way of preserving one's capital and receiving an income for lending your money to others. Other sources of income, like dividends from stocks, is perceived as being of secondary importance, riskier and more difficult. I suggest, that nothing could be simpler than investing for income. All that is required is to apply some deduction and analysis, and the theories which I have expressed there, in my books, and which appear to you to be so chimerical are really extremely practical, so practical that I depend upon them for my bread and cheese, my retirement income. Identify a few quality dividend growth stocks, buy them when they offer a reasonable yield, reinvest the dividends, hold them as long as they continue to grow your income, and you'll solve the investment mystery. It is simple enough as you explain it, says Watson, smiling.